Welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for all your support. Really much appreciated. This video is about my last flying lesson, the most recent flying lesson, which is more circuits. Okay, so in this lesson we're going to fly out on runway 22 at Hawarden Airport. If you remember, we need to fly out a little bit further, 1.5 miles on runway 22 because of the noise abatement procedures. That'll get us up to about 1,000 feet before we make the left hand turn to start a left hand circuit. Enjoy. So full power. And then I wasn't pulling back early enough. As you go over 55 knots, pull back, firm pressure, pull back and lift off in line with the runway. So at Hawarden we're going out 1.5 miles for noise abatement. That'll get us to around 1,000 feet. Then we can make the first left hand turn. So balance, back pressure and bank. Stabilize on the turn. Trim at 1,000 feet, watching for the 45 degrees to the runway for the turn onto the downwind leg. Okay, so we turn onto downwind. We stabilize first, so aviate first, stabilize, trim for level flight of 1,000. Then we can call in ATC downwind and then start our bump freedom check. So brakes, undercarriage, mixture, fuel, check the radios are working fine, engines, so T's and P's, check the carburetor, direction. I found I had to adjust the direction a few times because of the suction, and then the altitude. Just check your altitude. Now we're turning on to the base leg. So a 30-degree turn, a level turn. We turn onto the base leg, and as soon as we come out of that turn onto the base leg, we want to be taking back the power to around 1500. Now we had a tailwind, so this was quite tricky. We were going over the ground quite quickly, so you want to, once you're in the white arc, we want to put in the flaps. That'll help to slow us down so we don't overshoot for our turn on to final. Checking now down the line of the runway, checking for any other traffic before we make the turn, slowing down, holding back to 70 knots, and then stabilize and trim into a steady 70 knot descent, ready for the turn onto final. So turn on to final. We can see the runway there on the left hand side. I have to remember to keep my hand on the power. Hand on the power anytime under 1,000 feet, otherwise you'll be in trouble with your instructor or examiner. Second stage of flaps. Once we're stable, call in to air traffic control on final. Watch out for the pappies. We're looking for 2 reds, 2 whites. Hand on the throttle all the way down, maintain 70 knots using the power. Keep an eye on the runway, so maintain a spot on the runway, maintain the power until you cross the lines, and then power off. Pull back to level with the end of the runway, settle onto the runway, and clean up the flaps, full power. Use the rudders to keep you down the centre of the runway, and then, as I say, pulling back at 55 to start the next circuit. And we completed 3 or 4 circuits before we had to get in before the beluga landed. anyway, that's all I've got for you in this video. If you liked it, please like it. Subscribe if you want to be notified when other videos are uploaded. Leave any comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll catch you next time.